What if the phone in your pocket could actually be the key to preventing the next car accident? Today, we're going to dig into a project called DriveSync. It's this really innovative idea that's all about turning our smartphones into a real-time safety net for our roads.
So to really get why this is so important, we have to start with this number. And honestly, it's a tough one to swallow. According to the World Health Organization, 1.19 million is how many people die on the world's roads every single year. It's a massive global crisis, and it just screams for smarter ways to keep us all safe out there.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, don't we already have apps for this, like Waze? And yeah, you're right, we do. But they all share the same basic problem. They rely on us, the drivers, to manually report something. And think about it. By the time you see the danger, find a safe moment to grab your phone and tap in a report, that critical moment is long gone. The whole system is reactive when it needs to be proactive.
And that brings us right to the heart of the problem that DriveSync wants to solve, that dangerous delay. That time gap between a hazard showing up on the road and the drivers behind it getting a warning, well, that's where accidents live. We're talking about a gap measured in seconds, but those seconds can be the difference between a near miss and a total catastrophe.
This really paints the picture of the shift in thinking. On the left, you've got the old way, manual reporting. It's slow, it's subjective. Was that really heavy traffic or just a couple of slow cars? And the location can be a little iffy. But on the right, you see the DriveSync way, automated detection. It's instant, it's objective, and it's precise. It's not about what a driver thinks happened, but what the phone's sensors actually felt.
So let's really dig into why the current systems just aren't cutting it. First, there's latency, that delay. The report always comes after the event. Then there's inaccuracy. You know how a manually dropped pin can be off by a few hundred feet? But here's the kicker, the lack of detail. A manual report can't tell you how hard a driver slammed on their brakes or just how bad that pothole really was. It's missing all that rich, critical data.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem. The solution? Well, it's an incredibly elegant concept at its core, called the detect and share idea. This quote is basically the guiding philosophy for the whole project. Detect locally, collaborate globally. So what does that actually mean? Well, it means each person's phone acts as its own little sensor, detecting a hazard right where it is. But then, and this is the magic part, that little piece of information is shared with the entire network. So everyone benefits from that one single detection. It's like creating a collective intelligence for the road.
All right, so let's define it nice and clear. DriveSync is basically an app that transforms your smartphone into an automated safety sensor. It can feel a hard brake or a nasty pothole and then instantly and totally anonymously share a warning with other drivers who are headed that way. It's simple, it's powerful, and it uses the tech we're all already carrying around.
Now, I know this might be sounding a little bit like science fiction, but it's all based on technology that's already in your phone right now. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of how your phone can actually fight accidents.
It all comes down to a tiny sensor called an accelerometer. Every single smartphone has one. It's how your screen knows when to rotate. But it's also really good at detecting sudden changes in motion. So when you slam on the brakes, your phone literally feels that sharp deceleration. The system's designed to know the difference between a normal stop and that kind of hard brake that signals real danger ahead. It's not magic, it's just really clever physics.
The whole process works like a reflex. It's just 3 quick steps. First, detect. Your phone's sensor engine feels that hard brake or the jolt from a pothole. Second, share. The app immediately fires off a small anonymous alert with a location tag to a cloud database. Think of it like a live digital bulletin board for the road. And finally, third, alert. Other DriveSync users coming up on that same spot get a simple, non-distracting warning on their screen, all in real time.
And that's really the best way to think about it. This isn't just another app. It's about creating a digital reflex for our entire road network. An automatic, instantaneous reaction to danger that helps protect everyone who's connected to it.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but is it just a pipe dream? Nope. The project proposal lays out a super clear and practical roadmap to get this technology from a plan and onto the pavement. And get this, the development plan is incredibly fast. Phase 1 is all about building a minimum viable product, a basic working version of the app. And the timeline for that is just 4 weeks. That would include the core features, hard brake detection and real-time alerts. Then Phase 2 follows right after, adding cool enhancements like pothole detection and even identifying accident hotspots. For a system like this, speed is absolutely everything. For it to actually work and be useful, the alert has to be nearly instantaneous. So the target is a delay of less than 3 seconds from detection to warning. That's lightning fast. Just let that sink in for a second. 4 weeks to get a working prototype online. This really shows that this isn't some far-off dream. It's a practical plan that's ready to go, using the technology that's already in our hands.
Of course, whenever you talk about an app that uses location, you have to talk about privacy and safety, and that's been baked in right from the very beginning. All the user data is completely anonymized. The alerts themselves are designed to be super simple and not distracting, and the system is smart enough to clear out old alerts, so the information you get is always fresh and relevant.
So where does all of this lead? Let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture this technology is painting for us, as we start driving into what could be a much safer future. The ultimate vision here isn't just about a single app. It's about a whole new ecosystem for road safety, a globally connected network where every single driver is anonymously and proactively helping to protect every other driver. It's all about safety through shared, real-time intelligence. And this is really the thought I want to leave you with. What if the next huge pileup on the highway could be prevented, not by the car right in front of you, but by a driver a full mile up the road whose phone automatically detected danger and warned everyone behind them instantly? That's the future a system like DriveSync makes possible.